Welcome everyone. Welcome to Data Analysis Scholarship course, Cohort 2 of the Data Analysis Scholarship course. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. Today we are still in Excel for beginners. Today is part 2. We are going to look at sorting and filtering. We are going to be introducing I welcome everyone to tonight's section. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Kindly let me know if I'm audible. Welcome, 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 welcome. I remain your facilitator, Mr. Franklin. This is Excel for Beginners Part 2. Let me know, drop in the comments, drop in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Welcome once again to tonight's section. We are going to also be learning a lot tonight. Not just only filtering, not just only sorting. We are going to be learning a whole lot tonight. Welcome to Excel for Beginners. I tagged it Data Analysis 102. This is part 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see my screen. Much appreciated. This scholarship is brought to you by Soluma Institute of Tech and Management. I want us to confirm my audibility. If you are with me, drop in the chat. If you are with me on this live, maybe you are not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button so that we can interact on this live section. Hit the subscribe button and then hit the like button. I need to get us to know, I want to be sure if we can hear me, if we can see my screen. If you can hear me, drop in the chat. Drop in the chat that you can hear me. Let me see in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Also, as our tradition is, let's quickly go to the scholarship group. For those of us in the scholarship, for those of us part of the scholarship, let's quickly head over to the scholarship group and tag as many as possible. Let them know we have started. Just go to the scholarship group, let them know we have started. All right, Adeyemi and Falayi Jibril is with you. Good to have us, good to have us. Let's quickly head to the scholarship group. Tag as many as possible, let them know that we have started. Let's go to the scholarship group right away. Let's go there, let's go to the scholarship group. Especially those of us that are in the scholarship, let's head over to the scholarship group and get as many as possible. Tag as many. There is at that are to tag as many as possible in the group and let them know we are live. Let them know we are live for tonight's section. I need us to do that. I need us to do that. If you have done that, drop in the chat down. If you have done that, just type in the comments, type in the chat on this live section, done. And also remember to hit the like button on this live section. Remember to hit the like button and also share the live. This will help to facilitate this training. All right. If you have done that, kindly hit in the kindly drop in the chat done. You just go to the chat or the comment section on this live and you drop done if you have done that. All right, family, you have done that. I can hear you, sir, and all that. Okay. While I use indirectly to wait few minutes or so for others to join, while I use few minutes to wait for others to join. All right, Eunice done, Gibrisa done, Drums of Legend done. All right, let's quickly head to. Welcome to Data Analysis course. Tonight is Excel for Beginners Part 2. This training is facilitated or brought to you by Soluma Institute of Tech and Management. I'm your facilitator, Mr. Franklin, a seasoned data analyst. I have analyzed data over 7 years. And I also am a management consultant, which most of us on this live call know. All right, now having done that, the next we head over to Excel to begin what we have tonight. All right, if you are joining us, if you are here, remember to drop your name and your scholarship ID. That is part of our attendance for this course. Remember to drop your name, your scholarship ID. That is part of the attendance. All right, we are in the Excel. We are in the Excel currently now, and someone is saying, please inform them in the room. So many are waiting. Let them click the link on the section that I dropped in the group. They should click on that link and join us live. They should click on that link and join live. I'm about to begin. Kindly let me know what you can see right there on your screen. Let me know what you can see on your screen before I proceed this night. Let me know what you can see on your screen. Drop in the chat. What can you see right there on your screen? Kindly let me know what you can see right there on your screen. What can you see on your screen? Let me know. Drop in the chat what can you see on your screen. Drop in the chat what can you see. Anyway, let me know so that I will be sure we're on the same page. Let me know what you can see right there on your screen so that I will be sure that we are all on the same page. Drop in the chat box. I'm waiting to see our response so that I will proceed. All right, Eunice, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, I can see the work of ABC Store. All right, we can see you clearly too. Okay, ABC Superstore, beautiful. Now we are going to be looking at ABC Superstore. Okay. All right, we are going to be starting tonight's section with sorting and filtering. Basic sorting and filtering. There are other advanced way of sorting and filtering. As we progress on this course, I will bring us up to date for the advanced sorting and filtering. However, basic sorting and filtering. Let's take, for example, this data set that we are working with yesterday. We wanted, let's say you want to sort this data based seems like my network is fluctuating a bit. Seems my network is fluctuating a bit. Can we hear me? Can someone confirm my audibility? It seems my network is fluctuating a bit. Can someone confirm my audibility if you can hear me? All right, beautiful. Okay, now we are going to be looking at sorting and filtering. Let's take, for example, based on the data set we have, let me zoom out a bit so that we can see this much more. All right, now let's take, for example, I want to sort by products, or I want to sort by states. For example, let's say I want to sort by state, so let it be alphabetical order, or I want to sort by region, or I want to sort by manufacturing. Our data set in a certain format, either alphabetically or ascending or descending order. So when we say alphabetically, that means we are talking about alphabets. When we say ascending or descending order, that means we are talking about numerical data. So, for example, this is revenue. If we want to sort our revenue from ascending order or descending order, ascending order means from the least moving up to the highest. Descending order means from the highest moving down to the lowest. So let's say, for example, I want to sort by product. For example, I click anywhere, move to this place. Under the home tab, you will see, your sort and filter. So when you click on it, what you will see, sort A to Z. That means you want to sort alphabetically from A to Z or from Z to A. So if I select this, what we notice here is that this already is being sorted. There's something, okay. This is, let me clear all. Okay. Now, if I sort A to Z, everything rearrange effectively. Why that is because of this stuff we have here close to this particular range. So you can see that what we now have here is from A. Everything after A, B, we begin to see AL. So depending on what you want to sort. Now, for example, let's say the manager now, or your manager, your boss, or you tell your interns or anybody with you, no, I don't want to sort by product, I want it to sort by revenue. I want to see the highest from highest revenue going down. We come over to this place and then go to sort. Immediately you see that you will see that this now changes from A to Z to smallest to largest. But what we are looking for is from largest to smallest. So if I click on this, it will sort my data from, it's supposed to sort it. Why is that? Let's do that from largest to smallest. Why is it not? Because of these values I have here. These values I have here, that's why. Let me delete it. Okay. Let me clear all. Now let's sort that and get it done with largest to smallest. Why is it a table? No. Do I have any other data down? Okay. I think the data we have down here. I think so. So what I will do, I'm going to be teaching us this shortcut letter. To be sure that I don't have any other data, I'm going to, from here, hold Control, hold Shift, press forward arrow, and then come to format here and say clear all. So once I'm done with that, I will be sure that I don't have any other data. So let's sort again. Then largest to smallest. Why? All right, I'm trying to, okay, this one did that. Now why is the revenue misbehaving? Yes, we can convert to table. I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm just maintaining it on the range. We can convert to table, of course, but I'm taking it from scratch. I haven't gotten to table. Table has different functionalities. That's why I removed it yesterday. If you are with me yesterday, you will notice that this data set was in a tabular form before. I converted it from table to just data range. So in this, when I used it on unit here, it works from smallest to largest, and then if we say from largest to smallest, it comes from 10 downwards. Is I don't know why it's not working for this currency on. Is interchanging, but for this unit from largest to smallest, I will find out why it's giving me that alternating stuff. So for sorting, that's how you sort. You can sort from smallest to largest. You can sort alphabetically like we did here. Then the next is filter. Filter is where you can use to get more insights in your range, your table or range. You use it to get more insights in your table or range. That's for filter. What we are using now is basic sort and filter. As we progress in this course, we are going to be seeing advanced filter, advanced sort functions, what we call the array, the array functions. Like you can see on this table I'm using, on this data set I'm using, I have the lookup and the array function. When we get to Excel functions and formulas, we will be seeing more of our theater functions, the sort functions, the array functions. We will be seeing much on that. But now we are looking at the basic Excels for beginners, what a beginner should know. As a beginner, you should know your basic sort and filter. You should know your basic data entry and what have you. So for the filter, you click anywhere within the data set and then go over to your sort and filter. You will see this filter option here. You will see this filter option here, and then you click on it. When you click on it, you will notice when you click on it, you will notice that there is an arrow button beside each column header. You will notice that there is an arrow button beside each column header. Like you can see, drop down arrow. You can see when I get to that point, you see it, it begins to show me that I have something to bring down. Now let's say our manager wants to see the result from the southern region. We want to see the data, the sales from the southern region. So we can come here, click this drop down arrow. It brings us to the filter options. We unselect or deselect all. When we deselect all, then we select only south. Only south. That means we want to see revenue generated from the southern region, and we say okay. So once that is done, you see that here is only south, only the states in the south. That's what we have here. So with that, we can use it and then calculate the total sales from south and all that, get to see the highest and all that, the lowest, as we see in this, as we can see here. That's what we have, like as we can see on this place. Also, if you want to say, okay, the manager says I want to see both south and west, you can also add west to it and say okay, it will show only south and west. All right, another stuff in filter is that, let's say in this south and west, your manager wants to see certain stuff as regards to this. Your manager wants to see contents with and custom filter and stuff like that. Let's say your manager wants to see top 10 revenue. Now, for example, your manager wants to see top 10 revenue in sales based on the South and Western region. We can come to this filter here. On the revenue, we can come to this filter here and then come to number filter. Number filter, top 10, you can see it here. This is top 10. We want to get to see top 10 in this. Then we select on it, it brings it top 10. And why this top 10? If we need top 5, top 3 in revenue, top 5 in revenue, top 7 in revenue, as regards to it, we can come here and type. Let's say we want to see the top 5. We want to see the top 5 in terms of revenue. Is it the revenue we selected? Let me be sure. This is revenue. Let me be sure that I'm using revenue. Let me be sure that I'm using revenue, and then go to top 10, and here I can now put 5. Can say top 5 and then say OK. So once that is done, what we have here is this. We couldn't have anything. Reason why? Because the top 5 doesn't fall, is most likely that the top 5 doesn't fall under the South or the West. It most likely doesn't fall under the South or the West. So what do? We come to this place and then select all. As you can see, we come here and select all and say OK. Now when we select all and say OK, you notice that the top 5 in revenue falls under the northern and the east. It falls north and east. That's where the top 5 in revenue falls under. So that's why we couldn't see anything. But let's take, for example, we remove this. Let's remove this in our let me come over to this place and then clear filter revenue. Now come over to this place. Let me say everything is okay. Let me deselect, select South and West again, and then say okay. Then let me come here on the revenue. On the revenue, let me go to number filter and say on the top 10, let's say I want to get top 20. Top 20. Let's see. Top 20. And then I say okay. Now what you can see here is that among the top 20, only 3 out of the top 20 falls on either South or West. So the only 3 of them is from the South. So when you filter, you understand, when you are using basic filter, understand this basic stuff. When you filter from a region and you want to get other stuff, if it doesn't fall within that region, that means that is not part of what we are looking for. So a manager wants to know, to know whether our top 5 sales is from any of the regions, South or West. And we filter, top 5 is not from any of those regions. And we extend it to 20. And we are seeing that the top 20, among the top 20, only 3 out of the top 20 is from either of those regions. So if I come to region here now, and let's say I add East, to know how many from East. Now under that, you see among top 20, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the East. Then if I now come here and add North, we can now get the top 20 from the North, from our data set. So our top 20 revenues are generated from this region. That's what filter helps us to achieve. All right. Now, Having done that, we will proceed. We will proceed to the next stuff we want to achieve today. Let me clear. When you want to remove any filter or so, you can just come here and clear filter. When you click on this, it will clear any filter you have assigned to that particular column. So that clears all the filter. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is to move to introduction of charts, to introduce charts. The next thing we are going to do is to introduce charts. Basic charts. Today, was it yesterday? Yes. I will still do that today as well. And then let me highlight the region as well. Now, for you to cover that, there is nothing like charts. We can select any chart here. We can select any chart here. The only one we can select is pivot chart and pivot chart and pivot table. The basic charts we have here we can select. Why this is on filter? What we are having here is on filter. So what do we need to do? We simply need to do something manually. So I can come here, click on it, hold Control, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this. Okay, let me, due to time, let me come here and go to number filter. Let me make it top 5, top 7. So due to time, let me make it top 7. Okay, now this please, can we confirm if you can hear me? Network is, I think my network here is a bit. My network here is a bit a mess, kind of. Can someone confirm if you can hear me? Can someone confirm my audibility? If you can hear me, let me know. Okay. Please bear with me. I'm trying to get to know whether what's wrong with this. Is it my network? Is it a technical problem from my end? I'm trying to get to understand. This is serious. This is serious. What can we do now? I'm experiencing a bit of technical glitch, and I think network is also playing some tricks on me. Okay, let's confirm once again. Can someone please confirm once again? Let me see in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Let's confirm that. If you can hear me, if you can see my screen, confirm once again for me so that I can proceed. Okay, I've gotten certain confirmations. Please, when you can hear me, let me know. Drop in the chat. When you can't hear me, drop in the chat. Let me see how we can navigate this challenge this night. Okay, I was talking about charts. I talked about filter and then sorts, and then I was to talk about charts. Now, give me a minute, let me check something, please. All right, now let's look at charts, basic Excel charts. Now, if I have to, if to do this, if I select this down, hold Control and select the region, for example, and get to charts, you see that here the recommended chart is not showing. The recommended chart, whatever, is not showing. Now, what that means is this, because what we have here is filter. So, for example, if I move down and come here, hold Control, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, and then press Ctrl C to copy, and come below here to paste. Ctrl V, paste these values here. Now when I paste these values and then come over to this place, let me select this, hold Ctrl, select them like this, for example, and then Ctrl C and paste here, Ctrl V. I have stuff like this. Now please note this. If I didn't do this like this, someone might say, why do I have to select them one after the other? If I highlight them like this, I'm not just only selecting the ones I am seeing, I'm also selecting the ones I filtered out. For example, if I say Ctrl C and then come over to this place, it should do that for me. So you see what he did, he just gave me only one of these. So when I pasted, Ctrl Z, let's move away from that. Then let me press escape to remove that control display. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do here is, let me insert a row below, and then let me call here revenue, and then let me call the revenue and call this region. Okay, now if I highlight this, go to insert, what is happening with my this right down? Let me copy this, Ctrl C. Let me come over to this place and paste it, Ctrl V. What is happening is is it that my, I don't know that my Z has issue. It's not. What one? Why is this place not showing? What happened? Let me press Ctrl. Okay. All right. Now I just opened another worksheet, another workbook. I think I have forgotten what I did to this particular workbook here. I have forgotten what I did there. The whether pivot or whatever, I have forgotten the stuff I did there. So what if I want to plot these charts? If I select them, I will just go to insert. Here you have recommended charts. You have recommended charts. On the recommended chart, if I click on it, Excel will display for me the charts recommended for this particular data set. So for this is the recommended chart. As you can see here, for this is recommended for cluster column based on what we have here. And what you can see is we have, if we scroll down, we have stacked, we have this, we have this. Now, before I do that, let me tweak this a bit. Let me tweak this a bit. Let me call this one Northeast. For example, let me call this one northwest. Let me call this one north-south. And maybe this one northeast, northwest. There's nothing like north-south. I'm not sure. I think north central, kind of. I'm not sure. So let me just let me tweak a bit. Then let's say this one north south. Even if there is nothing, let's just say that is it. Then we come here and have east west, and then we have east. Okay, now that is done. We have east, north, this. Okay, then we have different values here. Their value is a bit similar. Then when I select the two, get to recommended chart here. Here we have different recommended charts. We have clustered column. We have this clustered bar. We have this a line chart, because when you are looking at it, it looks as if it's straight on the horizontal. Then we have a stock column, and then we have a start bar chart. These are different charts we can have. Now, if we select this, I know why I want to select this. If we select this and say, okay, now let's deviate this. If I come to this place, the north, let's say we discover that this is different. What we have here is not 9. What we have there is 7. I hit enter. You see there is a dip. That means from here it went down and then go up. Now here, let's say what we have here is, 6, 8. Hit enter. You see also it went to this place, stop, and then go down a bit. And let's say we come here and alter it a bit. We have this to be 5. You see what we have. Let's say this one, we have it to be 2. We have enter. We have something like this, for example. Now, if we want this to bend down, let's say we come to this one, and let's say we give it 1. Hit enter. So we have a chart such as this. What this is anything you do here will affect the chart. Now let me quickly explain a bit of your charts, the chart we have. This chart, when you click on it, you will see what is called chart design. You will see chart format. You always see this when you create your chart. If I click outside the chart, that tab will disappear. That tab will disappear. It's only functional when the chart is active. When the chart is active, that's only when it's functional. When the chart is active. So if I click on the chart, you see this tab will display the chart design and format. Hence, what and what do we use it for? Now let's go and see. If I click on it, you will see that based on this, you have different chart style. You can change color, you can change layout, you can add some elements. So let's quickly start with the chart style. Now under the chart style, you have different chart style. If I hover on them, this is style 1, you see this one. If I hover on it, you see this. If I come to this one, depending on your choice, you see this one showing the values, different values at each point. You see this one as well, depending on your chart style, the style you want, your choice. So when you see some charts, some dashboards having some styles, Sometimes, most times, is gotten from this format. All right. Now, let's take, for example, for us, let's say we want to use this. For example, we select, it becomes the style. Now, let's say this color, the line color, we don't really like it. We come to change color. Now, under the change color, you can see the color changing. You see it turns green, it comes here, it turns this, it comes here, it turns blue, comes here. These different variants as we can see. So depending on your choice of chart, depending on your choice, you select any of these that suits your fancy. Okay, let's say we select this. Now that is the line. Now here in the chart, you have this chart title. When we, towards the advanced data analysis using Excel, we will be working with Excel dashboard, data visualization, and we begin to work on our charts. So, but for me, when I'm working on dashboards, I don't like having my title here. I don't like having the chart title on this. So most times I delete it for my chart to be more visible. All these field buttons, when I right click on it, you right click on this. Okay, now this, you can delete it. When you click on it, it disappears. Then you come over to this plus button. This plus button brings you other chart elements, which you can also see here. Now, but here, other chart elements, most times when I'm working on my chart or dashboards, I don't like using grid lines. I don't like the grid lines. So when I come here, I disable it. I come here to disable it, and then we see stuff like this. Sometimes as well, here is this scale. This scale here, click on it, hit enter, and disable the scale. Then here, if you want your data bar, depending on what you want data label, you can select it. Hear me? Can we still hear me, please? Okay. Now, let's take, for example, I add my data label. For example, if you want to add any other stuff here, you can use the up and down bar, depending on how you want your chart to be. Sometimes I add these bars, sometimes I add them, sometimes I don't add them, depending on how. If you want here, these are showing us there are different options. If you want to go to more options, then you have this border or bar fill. Under the bar fill, if you want it solid color here on the solid, you see already it gives it blue. If here is the chart type. Let's take, for example, in another type. You don't need to delete this chart and go to select this and do it again. Right here on the chart, you come to under the change chart type, you can come to pie chart. When you get to pie chart, you can make it in 3D. It becomes in this format, depending your choice. If you select this, it gives it in this format. Then let's select the basic pie chart, and then we say okay. Automatically it changes it to pie charts automatically. Here we can come to this place and change the design to whatever suits our fancy, whatever we want to change the style to be. Let's say we change to this, your choice anyway, your choice. So each of them has the design, different pattern. So that's on the chart type. You can change it. You can change the chart type. Also, the stuff here, you can change the color. When you click on this value here, you can come over to this format and come to text color. You can say, okay, you make them pure white. If you make it black, you see the ones inside shows well, but the one outside here didn't show well. So the thing here, you can move it in if you like. You can bring it a bit inside here so that it can display. But the challenge here is because it overlaps to this one. So if you want, you can still bring it out here. And then to this one, you make it white. And then come to this one and make it white as well, so that it can be easily readable. So with this, your chart can be read. Now, the next thing here is you can decide chart. As you can see, this black was already from the chart style. But here, you can change the background color, coming to shape fill and selecting any color of your choice. Any other color of your choice, as we can see here. So that is another stuff on this. Then the shape style is, you can have also go with a style from this point as well, depending on your choice. That's on the aspect of format. Here you can add design, do some certain stuff. You can come here, select this shape. If you want to insert a shape on this, you click on it, come over to this place, draw the shape. You draw the shape here. Maybe you want to add a logo on this chart or whatever you want to do. You do that right there on this chart. Please, can we still hear me? Alright, now that's for the charts. Then this is the shape. If you want to add shape to it, if you want to add anything to it, add picture to it and other stuff, you can do that. This one is basic Microsoft Word or basic PowerPoint. So that's not part of Excel course. Alright, now here is the format like I have shown us in the chart design. You can switch off your layout and the lights. Now another thing I want to show us on this chart is you can add background image to the chart. To this chart you can add background image. You can add background image. When you click on this number and you can bold it, go to home and bold, you see it's bold. Now when you click on the chart background anywhere here, right click. When you right click, go to format chart area. Go to format chart area. When you go to format chart area, this will pop up. When this pop up, you go to feature, you go to picture field. Go to picture or texture field. When you click on it, it gives you this insert picture. Now when it gets to insert picture, you can insert either if you have the picture already saved in your phone, or you can go to stock images. I'm not sure whether the internet I have can easily load this for me so that I don't go ahead to waste time. But you can, if your internet is strong, you can get some stock images, online pictures, or icons. some good icons to work with. So let's say, do I have any picture here? Okay, let me go from file and see if I have any picture. Let me go to download. Yes, I have some images. Okay, let's say this image of a car. Here, let's say I'm my background, or I want to use this. For example, let's say I want to use Can we still hear me? Please let's confirm if we can still hear me. Change it maybe to bar charts. We see the bar chart, we have it in and say okay, it becomes a bar chart, depending on how we want our chart to be. Well, network seems to be dealing with me seriously this night. Seems like network is dealing with me seriously this night. Please, can we still hear me? Confirm if we are good to go. This night section is a bit. Can we confirm once again if we are good to go? Confirm if you can hear me. Let's confirm once again, please. I think I'm having a bit of network challenge. Kindly confirm if you can hear me, please. All right, beautiful. Okay, that's on the charts. That's on the charts. Whatever we want, we can select and that. Okay, now let's quickly move to other stuff I have for us tonight. Let me give us a bit of tricks. Let me give us some Excel tricks this night. Okay. Now, let's take for example, you are working as a data entry specialist in an organization using Excel. You enter items. You enter items a lot. Maybe it's a retail business. It's a retail company. You enter item a lot. The same items. You enter them a lot, and let's say under the column called item name. Under the column called item name, you enter different items repeatedly. Maybe this item you enter it, the color will be blue. You are working as an inventory specialist, entering data and then taking stock. This item is this let's say you have what will I use as an example now? Let's say a phone, for example, but the color of the phone is blue. The other one, the same phone, the color is silver and kind of. You enter data repeatedly. Instead of typing it, the same Samsung, the same plastic, the same this. There is a way you can put it in Excel that you do that so fast. There's a way you do that in Excel. You do it so fast, which I'm going to show us autocorrect. Let's take, for example, in In our office, we have this, we have, let's say Samsung, then let's say we have iPhone, and let's say we have HP, let's say we have Dell, and then let's say we have Lenovo, and then we have, let's say we have we have them. Now let's say we have these stuffs in our office. Now under them, I'm putting them under item name, and we have a lot of them. We receive stock, a lot of them. Let's say Samsung, we receive Samsung phones up to 1,000, 100, 500, 10,000 as the case may be, depending on the stock. We receive iPhone, this, we receive HP, and all that. But each of them have different models, has different color, and that, entering it in our inventory sheet. So instead of you coming to be typing it over again, Samsung, you type enter. When you get this iPhone, you enter, you get this. There is a way you can do that and make it fast. There is a way you can use it to, there's a way you can work fast with it, and that's one of the things I'm going to show us. Now, to do that, which we call autocorrect option. What I'm teaching you tonight, I call it autocorrect. Let me zoom in so that we can see it. Autocorrect is one of the tricks in Excel I use, data entry, autocorrect. Now, in autocorrect option, what do? You go to file. Is one of the back end of Excel. You go to file. Under file, you come to option. So when you click on option, this dialog box will display. Now when this shows up, you come to proofing. Now in this proofing, you will see this function called autocorrect options. Now this, you click on it, it will display here. What do I want? I want to replace, please pay attention here. I want to replace Samsung. Replace, if I type, let's say SA, for example, if I type SA, replace it with Samsung. Follow me. And then I say add. It has been added. Then I have iPhone. I want to replace IP. For example, with, come here, replace it for me with iPhone. I click on add. It has been added. Then I want HP. HP is easily to be easy. Then I want Dell. D. If I have D, if I put time D, replace it for me with Dell, for example. Then I put add. Then I want a situation where if I type, what do we have there? Lenovo. If I type LE, replace it for me with Lenovo. I put add. Then if I type TE, replace it for me with Techno. So that I have entered the things I know I type in repeatedly, for example. And then I think I have added that. I click on add, yes. So that is done. I will say okay. So once I say okay, I will come over here and say okay. Now let's take, for example, under this place I want to type, I type SA, hit enter. Automatically it displays Samsung. If I type DE and hit enter, okay, not DE, I say D only, and hit enter, automatically shows there. If I type L, hit enter, it shows Lenovo. If I type IP, hit enter, it shows iPhone. If I type S again, hit enter, it shows Samsung. So with this, I don't need to be typing Samsung all through. I don't need to be typing Samsung to finish Samsung before I can get the full name. I just need to enter it once. I just needed to enter it once in my autocorrect functions. Then once I enter them there, especially all these long names, items that their names are long, that we are going to be repeating, or you are working as a data entry person and you went to the field, collect data, and there are repetitions in that entry, you can put it in autocorrect, and when you get there, you just type in a number, or you type in a certain figure alphabet and hit enter. The thing will automatically fill up. That's one of the tricks we use. We call it someone is saying he can't. Wow, someone is saying can't get anything from on the charts. Okay. Okay. All right, Eunice, thank you. You say we can hear you. All right. Don't worry, the charts on Tuesday, I will revisit the chart aspect on the chart aspect. I will revisit it on Tuesday. If you check, if you watch the replay and it's like that, let me know. I will revisit it on Tuesday. Just let me know when you watch the replay and it's still lagging. Let me know. I will revisit it. So that is how you can do your autocorrect. Now the next thing I want to show us is some of us, when you want to type phone number, let's say in the item, let's say you want to type supplier's number, for example, of customers or customers phone number, depending on what you want to type, customers phone number, and you come here, you type 080 so number, stuff like that, you hit enter, automatically the first zero will disappear. The first zero will disappear. How do you rectify this? How do you rectify it? Because why did it disappear? Excel as a spreadsheet knows that if you type 08, it's the same thing as saying 0. It's the same thing as typing 8 rather. So instead of saying 08, Excel prefer you say 8 straight instead of saying 08. So if I type 08 and move to the next, it remove that 0 and just put 8, because 08 is the same as 8. However, you want to type your phone number or supplier's number or customer's number, you want it to display 080. How do you go about it? Now, one of the things you do to do that is, before you type your 0, put apostrophe. Put this single quotation. This single quotation, apostrophe, single quotation, apostrophe before 0. Now, if I put 0 here now, what this apostrophe does, or single quotation does, is to convert this number into a text or a character, so that Excel will not be seeing it as a real number. Excel will be seeing it as a character. So if I hit enter, you see automatically the 0 is there. Automatically the 0 is there, as we now have 080. However, the next thing I want to show us this night is this night I'm not sure we will be able to get the shortcut keys. I'm not sure we will be able to get the shortcut keys. Maybe next week we do keyboard shortcuts. I'm not sure we can be able to finish it. Okay, now what when you click on this, you see some warning sign. He's saying he's telling you here that the number in this cell is formatted as test. So that's, and is preceded as with apostrophe. If I come here, it will show you that is preceded by an apostrophe. So if we don't want this, that if I put here 090, this happens, and I want my 090 to display, I put my single quotation apostrophe and put 0, hit enter. This shows. If I don't want it, I can remove this. If I don't want all this green option, this green error display, this is showing us that there is something wrong with this data, or there is something attached to this data, for example. So if I don't want it to show, what I will do is to go to my file again, come to option. Now under option, I will go to formulas. On the formulas, I will come down. You see this place that says numbers formatted as text or preceded by an apostrophe. You see this option. I will deselect it. Or I will uncheck it. So once I click on it, I have deselected it. So I will now say OK. Now you notice that green stuff error showing is no longer there. So if I now come here and say quotation 080 so number and then hit enter, it will be there for me. So that green stuff that is showing something error, or that something is added to this particular data, is no longer there. These are basic Excel tricks. Now, for example, you are working with an organization. Organization has the font they are using, and the company says we are using Times New Roman, for example. So anytime you are preparing our data, this is the font you have to use. This is the font style. We use Times New Roman size 12, for example. Times New Roman size 12. Now, how do you do it? Is it every time you work on data, or you type data, after you are done, you highlight everything, and then you come here and change the font to whatever font they are giving you? That will take your time, and at the same time, you are going to be doing that repeatedly. Whenever you are working on the data set of the organization, of the company, you are going to be doing that repeatedly. However, if you want to set it up once and for all, that it will be having Times New Roman, then you have your font size. What you do is you also go to File. You go to File, come to Option as well. Under this option, go to this General. On this General, you will come over to this place. You see this, use this as default font. You come to it, click the drop down arrow, then search for Times New Roman. When you type Times New Roman, you type it TI, it will display. You select it. Then the font size is 12. You come here and select the font size 12, and then you say OK. It will tell you, please close and restart Microsoft Excel so that the font changes can take effect. Then we say OK. Now what that is telling us is that as we look at this place is calibrate. This will not take effect if I don't close it and open another one. Now let's say I press Ctrl N, which is a shortcut, Ctrl N. You see I'm still having this. So if I close all my Excel, I close this due to time, I will not do that. But on your own, you can see it well. I zoomed it. I'm using 160, as you can see here. I zoomed it very well. I'm using 160. Maybe you make your phone or your system a bit more brighter, increase the quality. I zoomed it. I'm using 160%, not 100. If it's 100, see what you will see. On 100, this is the way it will look. But I'm using 160 so that you can see it a bit more. So that is how to set up by default your font style and your size and your font size. So if you close your Excel and open it back, it will open with this default font size, no longer calibrate. It will be the font size you are assigned to it. So that is on that aspect. That is on that aspect. We are getting close to 10 o'clock. I wouldn't want to start shortcut keys. Very, very important. If you want to work fast with Excel and increase your productivity, you need to master keyboard shortcuts in Excel. You need to master keyboard shortcuts in Excel. Okay. Now, there is something I will be teaching us tonight before I wrap it up. That is to customize your ribbon. How to customize your ribbon. Now, this, like this we have here, is ribbon. Now, let's say you are working on a project, and that project, you don't want to be moving from one tab to the other. You move to home, you get the things you need, and then you move to insert this, and then you move to page layout, move to formulas or data, and what have you. You don't want that. You want the functions, you want the tools to be in one tab, to be under one tab. You can customize your own ribbon. Get your own tab, get your own ribbons. And that is one of the things I want to show us this night before we wrap up tonight's section. Network depth with us. I was expecting by now I would have been talking about keyboard shortcuts. I have prepared 100 Excel keyboard shortcuts that will enhance our productivity. From beginner even to advanced user, you need these shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. Maybe on Tuesday we are going to do justice to that. But for now, tonight, it's almost 10 o'clock. Even though I say let me extend it to 10:30, we are still not going to finish. It's a 2-hour section which we have to finish by 10:15. We started 8:15. We have to finish by 10:15, but let's see how far we can go. All right. Now, to get your own tab and then your own ribbon, you can come anywhere here. Right click. When you right click on it, you will see customize ribbon. Now in under customize ribbon, you click. It opens up this new dialog box here. Now, once that is done, you will notice, let me collapse this. You will notice these are called main tabs. These are called main tabs. Background remover, home, this. Excuse me. Now, if I want to create my own tab, I will come over to this place. You see this called new tab. I will click on it. Now, under the new tab which I have added, I can right click on it, go to rename. Now, let's say I call it my projects. I call that tab my projects. I type it. That's the tab, that's the name I want the tab to bear. And then I say okay. That becomes the name of the tab. Then under this tab, remember tabs have in each of the tab their groups. So here I can come here and right click and name it, rename it and call it my font group. Font. Let me call it P font. Let's say I call it P underscore font, my project font group. So I will say okay. Now that is the name. Now under this, I will need to come and put the functions, commands under that group. So I need fill color. Under fill color, I click on it, I say add. It comes under it. I come to font color, I add. I come to font size, I add. Then what else do I need under font again? What are there under font? We have bold and all that border. Yes, we have border under font. I add. Then we have what other functions we have there. Let's say we have in decrease font size. Yes, I add it. Then there is one called increase font size. I need it in the eyes part. That's increase font size. I add. That's under font. With other stuff, due to time, I'm not going to go into that. Then these are under the group called P font. Then I can add another group. We come here and say new group. You see it, new group comes under this. I can rewrite, right click, come to rename. I call it P chart. P chart. That means is where my charts will be. I hit enter. So under it, I'm going to be adding, and I'm going to be adding stuff. Let's say under it, I'm going to add all chart types. Let's say I put chart there, all chart types. Then if what I'm looking for is not on these popular commands, remember what is here is popular commands. I will come here to click and select all commands or all commands. That's it here. All commands. So when I select all commands, you see I have everything on command. If I need chart, I will type C. Let me type C. It takes me to C part. Then let me look for charts. So I'm seeing all these on charts. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing slicer, change shape, change slicer, chart title, chart name, and all that. I can, let me add this, anything on Please, can we let me know if you can hear me now? Can we hear me? Can we all hear me, please? Please confirm if the audio is back. All right, beautiful. So that is on the aspect of customized ribbon. That's on the aspect of customized ribbon. Okay. Now, let me see. There are basic things I haven't shown us. Okay. Let me show us this so that we get some of these things. When you get to view, you see these lines are called grid lines. Why I want to do this now? Because when I'm working on dashboard, I always disable my grid lines. So when you get to view, and then you don't want these grid lines to show, these lines, we call it grid lines. You will come here and remove it. When you click on it, you will see that the lines are no more. It's just like, it looks as if you are Microsoft Word. The only thing is that Active Cell knows itself. When you click on it, it will show you that it's still in a cell. But if not, it looks as if you are not, there is no grid lines. Also, you can remove the formula bar. There are times if I'm designing a dashboard, there are times I don't really need the formula bar for something, I disable it. You will see the formula bar is gone. Also, you don't want the headings. That's A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. You don't want these headings, column headings, row headings. You can also disable it. So once you do that, you see your window, your interface is like this. So you have more space to work on your dashboard. That's basically your choice. But when you are working on data sets that you are not visualizing, there is no need of you disabling this. And then there is no need of you doing this. So we can bring them back. That's on the stuff you need to understand. Know some of this basic stuff. All right. Now, the next thing I want to show us is a trick as well. Let's take, for example, you brought in a new salesperson. Please pay attention and get this. Pay attention on this. Let's take, for example, you brought in a new salesperson, and the new salesperson is not yet conversant with the price. So you don't expect him to have the prices offhand. So what you might do is, here you don't want anybody looking at the system to see the stock price. To see the stock price. You can add comments. You can add comment to the stock name, the name of the stock items. You can add comments to it. Now, to do that, you can come here, right click on this Samsung. See insert comments. You see this, insert comments. So once you click on it, it displays stuff like this. Here, you can now say Samsung. You can type like this, Samsung equals to, let's say, for example, let's say this is the price. Let's say this is the price. You can type it like this, separate with comma. Let's say this is the price. Now, these things you are seeing here is to reduce it. You can reduce it. this way. So once you are okay, once you are good, you can just click anywhere. So this red button you are seeing here is showing us that this particular cell is commented. So what your salesperson need to do is that when somebody comes and bring in the Samsung, the person look at, okay, this is the Samsung, just hover on it. Once he hover on it, the price shows, or the person will look at it at is 23 million and stuff like that. It's 23.4 and stuff like that. So it doesn't need to be opening book. Let me confirm from our sales book. No, the person having the system that has the stock recorded, that can, once you hover on it, the price show. The same way, if you can do the same to them, you can do the same to this as well. That is insert comments. Insert comment. Another thing I want to show us is what we call hyperlink or inserting link. Call it hyperlink in Excel. Call it hyperlink in Excel. For example, I want to connect this particular data to Google or to our website or to our data site where we got this data from. Let's say I don't want to be thinking, where did we got this data from? Which of the sites, which of the page did we import this data from? I can link it, the web page, to this particular data set. For example, let's say this is our data set. I can link it to this, so that whenever I get to this data set and come over to this and click on it, it will automatically take me to that web page, so that I don't bother myself, begin to think which of the sites did we get this data from, which of the page, then begin to think where and where. No, I will just come over to this and then link it. And how do we do that? We can do that in different ways. You can use a shortcut, which I'm going to be teaching us next week. We are going to learn a lot of Excel shortcuts next week. In fact, I might dedicate only Tuesday to teach. I might dedicate Tuesday only to teach shortcuts. I might dedicate the time only Tuesday to teach only shortcuts. Exact keyboard shortcuts. Very important that we master it. So what I will do here is just to right click here. When I right click, you will see this called link. You will see this link here. If I click on it, this dialog box will show. You come over to this place called address. For example, I want to link this to Google. For example, let's say I want to link it to Google. I can type here google.com. So once that is done, I will say okay. You can see automatically it shows that yes, this is hyperlink. It's a link. I can click on it. This one I cannot click on it. This one I can click on it. For example, let's say I click on it. It will say the address of this site is not valid. Please check the address and try again. Maybe I type in the wrong address. I think I type in Google. What's the spelling of Google, please? Let's go to edit hyperlink. That should be the spelling. I'm the one that didn't get it correctly. Is that not Google? Am I the one that is messing up here? That's Google now. That's google.com. Okay, now this is it. Automatically it loads us to Google immediately. Automatically it loads us to Google. So if I click here, it will automatically send us to Google. So I think the reason maybe I didn't put www dot, that's why. So if your own accept, when you type Google straight, it accepts it, fine. If it doesn't, just put www dot at the back, it should go. So if I click on it, you need to have internet. If you don't have internet, it will no need to link. So that is on the aspect of having to use hyperlink in your Excel, having to use hyperlink in your Excel. Now I'm going to teach us how to copy and paste, a trick to copy and paste. Let's say you have a data set, you want to copy a particular data set and paste it in Microsoft Word. Let's say you want to copy and paste in Microsoft Word. Let's say I want to paste this in Microsoft Word. I copy, Control C. I copy it, Control C. Let me open Microsoft Word. I click on Microsoft Word and open it. Now some of us, what some of us does is, let me put this one side, and let me put this one on one side as well. Okay, now this is what we can see here. This is Microsoft Word, this is Excel, my Excel. Then I copied this and paste. Some of us, when we copy, we come here and press Ctrl V and paste. Let's take, for example, I press Ctrl V and paste. You see what we have here. We have this pasted. This is what we have. Now let's take, for example, the same data. I want to paste it in another way, and we can see the difference. We can see the difference right away. I want to paste it in another way. Here I just copied and paste, Ctrl V. I just pasted it straight. Then let me come over to this place. Instead of me pasting Ctrl V straight, I come over to this paste here in Microsoft Word. Click this drop down. Under this, I will select Paste Special. So once I click on Paste Special, this dialog box will display. This dialog box will appear. Once it appears, I will select Paste Link. Instead of just paste, I click on Paste Link. And then select Microsoft Excel Worksheet Object. And then click OK. Automatically, it pastes this like it is here. As we can see, this one has something, it breaks it down kind of, and this one breaks it down kind of. The way this is the way it is here. And it gives it the same formatting and what have you. However, that's not even my point of emphasis. This is not my point of emphasis. Let's take, for example, we discover that this is not true. That this is 3 is not 2. We remove the 2 and put 3 here and hit enter. So once we do that, if we come over to this place, you notice that they are still the same. However, if once that is done, let me save this. It will make me save as, I will show us that on the save as stuff. Let's say I save as in desktop, and then let's say Excel beginners. I'm going to talk about how to save. Now this is what we have. If I press Ctrl S and save, now you see automatically Once I saved the changes here, as we can see, once I saved the changes here, automatically it updates. So let's take, for example, after your analysis, you took your summary of data and brought it to Microsoft Word for further reports. Instead of you just copying and paste, you use it for as link. That means if there is a change, if there is an update, if we discover an update, a change, and we change it in Excel and save it, when you open your Microsoft Word, it will update or ask you to update it, depending on the version you are using. But this one we paste straight, nothing changes. As you can see here, we remove 2 and put 3. Here the 2 is here, but here we have 3. Let me zoom this one. Let me zoom out on this so that we can see it a bit more. So as you can see, this is what we changed. This was 2 before, and then after copying and pasting this straight and paste as using paste special for this and pasting it as a link and pasting this one just straight forward, we came here and we updated this data set. Once we updated it by typing 3 instead of 2 and save, we see that when we get to our Microsoft Word, automatically the one we pasted as link updates, while this one did not update. So when you are copying from Excel into Microsoft Word, it is highly recommended that you don't just paste your data, your values straight away, paste it straight like that. You need to paste it as a link. You need to paste it as a link. Please, that is something we need to bear in mind. Tonight we will be ending it here. This is what you do: paste as link, select this, you say okay. Now this is the chart. This is the chart we have here. If now we pasted this as link, it has different attributes that this have. So if I come here and delete this, I will come over to this. This is still here, but let me save it. Control C. Come over to this place. Okay, now this one did not update. It did not update. However, let me save this and open it again. Let me save it and open it again. Control C. Save in desktop. Let me just call it charts. For example, revenue chart, and then say okay. Now let me close it. So once I close it, this is still here. Let me enlarge this. Okay, let me come here and insert in another shape. Let me insert this shape right here. Or let me make it this color. And let's say this is what I have. Let me insert it here and save. Control S. Save. Let me open my Microsoft Word. Let me open my Microsoft Word. Uh, so this is the revenue chart. I click on it. Now what you can see is telling me this document contains link that may refer to other files, which could be a security risk. Do you want to update this document with data from the linked file? I will say yes. I will click on yes. I want to update it. I want to update it. When I click on yes, it will display. So let me enlarge it and then let's come in and see what we have. Okay, wait. Where is this? Let me copy. Okay. I think I understand what happened there. Control C. I linked it as graphics. Let me check that. And paste link, paste Microsoft Excel chart object, and then say OK. All right, now let me change this, delete it, and say save. Control C, and let me open my Microsoft Word again. Is no longer there. That is the mistake I made. I should have, it ought to be this. I mistakenly select this instead of this. So remember, Microsoft Excel chart object, or Microsoft, if it's a data set, you select this Microsoft Excel object. This one is a chart. I selected graphic object, which is not what I want. So be careful on that. So automatically this updates. If I go to my Excel and let's say I come to insert and I put in this, let's say I put this logo, this stuff like this anywhere. Let's say I put this there, whatever. And save. Press Ctrl C and save. If I come to my Microsoft Word, it should reflect. Okay, now. Okay, no. Alright, that's how you copy and paste. This is just a new stuff. It's not from this chart. I added a new stuff on this. It should. Okay, no. It's only when I edited something from it. If I edit, it will go. If I edit anything there which comes from here, let's say, let's work on stuff here. Let's say, let me increase this to 7. Hit enter. The stuff increased. And which one did I this 7, let's say, let me make it, okay, let's say, okay, it's all right. This, and I increase this to 7, or let me remove it and reduce it very, very well. 9 and 8. All right, this one will be very, very easy to see. My Excel is breaking. It's having a challenge. This line that breaks here is not a software issue. So if I do that and save, Control C and save, and head over to my Microsoft Word, that automatically should update, which is what we have here. It automatically updates. So that is on the aspect of your paste, copy and paste. Don't just copy paste straight, do your copy and use paste special. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we will wrap it up. Let me know, drop in the comment your name, your scholarship ID, what did you learn tonight, how is tonight's section. I know we had a bit of glitches and all that, but I want to also believe that we learned something new today. We learned a lot of stuff today as regards to sorting, filtering, charts, and basic Excel traits and tips. Let's drop our names, our scholarship ID, location, and also give me that feedback. How is tonight's section? Apart from the network glitches, which I know that hampers our speed and other challenges, but let me know the things you learned from this section tonight. Let me know the things you learned from this section tonight, and then your name, your scholarship ID, and location, and drop in the chat what you learned from this section this night. I know we have challenges on network, which of course we don't have power over it, as we have to adapt to it. Your name, your scholarship ID, and where you are joining us from, your location, and what you learned this night. Let me get that from the chat. Let's drop that from the chat. We have wrapped up tonight. Next week we are going to, on Tuesday, we will be in-depthly looking at keyboard shortcuts. All right, beautiful. Someone, he says, brought an understanding of using charts properly. Yes, there are other things when we get to designing a professional dashboard, we are going to look at them. We are going to look more in-depth stuff on charts, pivot charts, normal charts, and the like. So please, let's get that feedback coming. Thank you for that feedback, Adeyemi. I got that feedback from you. Thank you. Let's get the feedback. What did you learn from tonight's section? I need that feedback. Very, very important for me, for us here at the Institute, so that we know that, yes, you are following and you are getting value for this course. Let's please do that. And if you haven't liked the section, ensure you hit the like button for this section, and then remember to share it to persons who will love to be part of what we are dishing out on this scholarship course. All right, I'm still in the chat. Your name, your scholarship ID, and as well what did you learn from tonight's section? What did you learn from tonight's section? And it's on that note we will wrap it up. See you next week, Tuesday. From next week, we will start getting our project assignments, weekly project assignments. From next week, we start getting our weekly project assignments, because next week we will deal with keyboard shortcuts, 100 exact keyboard shortcuts, and as well begin to work on functions and formulas, and begin to deal with real life problems, real life situations, real life things. Let me know what you learned this night. If you are part of the scholarship ID, if you are part of the scholarship group, drop in the comments your name, your scholarship ID, and your location. If you are part of the scholarship group, drop in the comments your name, your scholarship ID, location. Very, very important. I've learned a lot about chat and its usage. I joined from Info Central Osun State. Good to have you. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you for that feedback. Okay. All right, it's on that note we will wrap it up for tonight. Do enjoy your night, and good night.